Today we are going to learn about a new chapter from the textbook of Social and Political Life. Chapter 2. The name of the chapter is Diversity and Discrimination. Diversity and Discrimination. What is meant by diversity? What is meant by diversity? Different languages, religions, regions, cultures, traditions, etc. constitute diversity. So, different languages, religions, regions, cultures, traditions constitute diversity. And what is discrimination? The process of separating or dividing one person from another on the basis of caste, creed and color is called discrimination. What is discrimination? The process of separating or dividing one person from another on the basis of caste, creed and color is called discrimination. There are many things that we make us what we are. How we live, the language we speak, what we eat, wear, the games we play and the things we celebrate. All of these are influenced both by the geography and history of the place where we live. So all these things that make what we are. India is a country of many diversities. India is a country of many diversities. Different religions, different regions, different languages, different customs and practices, different economic backgrounds and so on. So, India is a country of many diversities. Here we can see many diversities. Different religions, regions, languages, customs and practices and economic backgrounds. And these diversities are the main source of discrimination. These diversities are the main source of discrimination. And these are the reasons responsible for discrimination. So, these diversities make discrimination. Let us see one activity in the textbook, page number 14. There is given some statements. Page number 14. There is given some statements about rural and urban life in India. And you can give tick mark those that you agree with that. On rural people, first one, more than 50% of all Indians live in villages. More than 50% of all Indians live in villages. If you agree with that statement, you can put there a tick mark. Second one, villagers do not care about their health. Villagers do not care about their health. They are full of superstition. They are full of superstition. What is the meaning of superstition? A belief or practice resulting from ignorance. A belief or practice resulting from ignorance. It is known as superstition. If you agree with the statement, you can put a tick mark there. Villagers do not care about their health. They are full of superstition. And the next one, people in villages are backward and do not like to use modern agricultural technology. People in villages are backward and do not like to use modern agricultural technology. And the next one, in peak harvesting and plantation season, families spend 12 to 14 hours working in the field. The rural people, the village people are more hard-working people than urban area. If you agree with that statement, you can put a tick mark there. Then, last one, villagers are forced to migrate to cities in search of work. Villagers are forced to migrate to cities in search of work. What is the meaning of migration? Move from one region to another. Move from one region to another is known as migration. If you agree with that statement, you can put a tick mark there. And I think that first, second and third one, we can put there tick mark. And the third one and fourth one is not correct with the rural people. And next one, on urban people. Which are the statements given there? First one, life in the city is easy. People here are spoilt and lazy. Life in the city is easy. People here are spoilt and lazy. Spoilt means badly behaved. And that if you feel that is a correct statement, you can put a tick mark there, but actually it is a false statement. Life in the city is not very easy. And the second point, in cities, families spend very little time with each other. In cities, families spend very little time with each other. That is a correct statement about urban people. We can put there tick mark. And next, third one, people in the cities only care about money, not about people. People in cities only care about money, not about people. If you feel that is the correct statement, you can put a tick mark there. Then, living in a city is expensive. A large part of people's earning is spent on rent and transport. Living in a city is expensive. A large part of people's earning is spent on rent and transport. Correct statement only. And city people cannot be trusted. They are cunning and corrupt. City people cannot be trusted. Trusted means honest and sincere, and they are cunning. Cunning means deceiving others, and corrupt, dishonest ones. And that is also a false statement. So these are the some statements about rural and urban life. And some of these statements see villagers as ignorant and superstitions, and see people in cities as money-minded, lazy and cunning. When our opinions about certain peoples are always negative, seeing them as lazy, cunning, are some of the statements, then these become prejudice that we carry about them. So some of the statements are negative and some of the statements are positive. So when we judge other people negatively, some statements are positive statements, some statements are negative statements. So when we judge other people negatively and when we see them as inferior, that is known as prejudice. When we judge other people negatively or see them inferior, that is known as prejudice. So what is the meaning of prejudice? To judge other people negatively or see them inferior. And when we think that only one particular way is the best and right way to do things, we often end up not respecting others who may prefer to do differently. We are not at all giving importance to their preference. For example, here is given one example. If we think English is the best language and other languages are not important, we are judging these other languages negatively. We are judging that other languages negatively. That's why as a result, we might not respect people who speak languages other than English. So this is an example of prejudice. Prejudice means to judge other people negatively or seeing them as inferior. To judge other people negatively or seeing them as inferior. And which are the different ways in which people can be prejudiced? Which are the different ways in which people can be prejudiced? We can be prejudiced about many things. We can be prejudiced about many things. Which are they? First of all, the religious belief. People's religious beliefs and the color of their skin. The color of the skin. The color of their skin. And the region which they came. The region they came from. The region they came from. And the accent they speak in. The accent they speak in. The clothes they wear. The clothes they wear, etc. are the different ways in which people can be prejudiced. These are the different ways in which people can be prejudiced. Which are they? People's religious beliefs, the color of their skin, the region they came from, the accent they speak in, the clothes they wear. These are the different ways in which people can be prejudiced. Often our prejudices about others are so strong that we don't want to make friendship with them. At times, we may even act in ways that hurt them. So, some prejudices hurt others. Some prejudices hurt others. Next is, let us see what is stereotype. What is stereotype? How we creating stereotype? What is stereotype? The process of fixing people into one image is called stereotype. The process of fixing people into one image is called stereotype. Here is given one example in the textbook, page number 15. Page number 15. So, all of us are familiar with the gender differences. And here is given some statements. And we need to arrange the statements given below in two sections. Section A and section B. Section A refers to girls and section B refers to boys. And which are the statements? First one, they are well behaved. They are well behaved. This statement where we need to include? Yes, column A, girls. First one is they are well behaved in column A, about girls. Then they are soft spoken and gentle. They are soft spoken and gentle. This is also related to girls. Then they are physically strong. They are physically strong. This is related to boys. So, third statement we can include in column B. They are physically strong. Then they are naughty. It is related to commonly boys. Then they are good at dance and painting. They are good at dance and painting. This statement we can include in column A. They don't cry. They don't cry. This statement we can include in column B, related to boys. They are rowdy. Compared to girls, mainly this statement is suitable for boys. Then they are good at sport. This statement also suitable for boys. They are good at cooking. This statement also related to girls. They are emotional. This statement also related to girls. They are emotional. So, first, second, fifth, 9 and 10. These statements are suitable for girls. And third, 4, 6, 7 and 8. These statements are suitable for boys. So, if we take the statement they don't cry. They don't cry. It is suitable for boys and men. So, the statement they don't cry. It is suitable for men and boys. So, as babies or children, when boys fall and hurt themselves, their parents and other family members often console them by saying, don't cry, you are a boy. Don't cry, you are a boy. Boys are brave. They don't cry. Boys are brave. They don't cry. So, here they create one image. What is the image? Boys are brave. They never cry. They never cry. So, here we create an image. Boys are brave. They don't cry. Boys are brave. They don't cry. So, if a grown-up boy cries, then he feels that others will tease him or laugh at him, and so he stops himself from doing so in front of others. So, here we create one image, that is boys are brave, they don't cry. So, such a way when we fix people into one image, we create stereotype. We create a stereotype. So, when we fix people into one image, we create one stereotype, or we create a stereotype. So, stereotype stops us from looking at each people or person as a unique individual with his or her own special qualities and skill that are different from others. So, each and everyone have their own qualities and skill, and they fit large numbers of people into only one pattern or type. Stereotype affect all of us. Stereotype affect all of us as they prevent us from doing certain things that we might otherwise be good at. So, stereotype actually prevent us from doing certain things. Stereotypes actually prevent us from doing certain things. So, the process of fixing people into one image is called stereotype. The process of fixing people into one image is called stereotype. It actually preventing us from doing certain things that we might otherwise be good at. Let us study inequality and discrimination. Inequality and discrimination. What is meant by inequality? Inequality comes about when a person does not have the resources and opportunities that are available to other persons. Inequality comes when a person does not have the opportunities and resources that are available to other persons. So, when inequality comes when a person does not have the resources and opportunities that are available to other persons. And what is meant by discrimination? The process of separating or dividing one person from another on the basis of caste, creed and color is called discrimination. So, the process of separating or dividing one person from another on the basis of caste, creed and color is called discrimination. So, discrimination and inequality. How discrimination happens? How does discrimination happens? Discrimination happens when people act on their prejudice or stereotypes. So, when people act on their prejudices and stereotype, discrimination will happen. Discrimination happens when people act on their prejudices and stereotypes. For example, if you do something to put other people down, if you stop them from doing certain activities like taking up jobs, or stop them from living in a particular place, or prevent them from taking water from a well or a public tap, and not allow them to drink tea in the same cup or glass as others, you are discriminating others. So, how we discriminate others? When we stop some people or others for doing some activities, there we create which one? Discrimination. So, if you do something to put other people down, if you stop them to doing some activities like taking water from a public well or drinking tea from a glass or cup as we use, and prevent them for living in a particular place or certain neighborhoods, and at that time we create their which one? Discrimination. And discrimination can take place because of several reasons. Discrimination can take place because of several reasons. Which are the reasons for discrimination take place? First of all, different religions, different regions and different languages and economic backgrounds, etc. All these are the factors may lead to discrimination. So, which are the factors lead to discrimination? Different religion, different regions, different languages and different economic backgrounds and so on. These are the important reasons that lead to discrimination. So, the process of separating or dividing one person from another on the basis of caste, creed and color is called discrimination. The process of separating or dividing one person from another on the basis of caste, creed and color is called discrimination. But when a person does not have the opportunities and resources that are available to other persons is known as inequality. So, inequality comes when a person does not get the resources and opportunities which others get. At the same time, discrimination happens when the process of separating or dividing one person from another person on the basis of caste, creed and color. In the textbook, page number 16, there is given some pictures of disabled children. Page number 16. Now, the term disabled is changed to children with special needs. Children with special needs. And what these children are saying about stereotype? These children are saying about stereotype because they understand the attitudes of the people around them. They understand the attitude of the people around them. And they mock them and they tease them. And do you think children with special needs should be a part of regular school or separate school? The children with special needs should be a part of regular school or separate school. These children should be a part of regular school because they would learn many things from regular school and they will not feel themselves degraded. So, the children with special needs should be a part of regular school because they would learn many things more in regular school and will not feel themselves degraded. So, the children with special needs should be a part of regular school.